Hi everyone, so I'm so excited to bring you today what will be my new format for my monthly empties slash beauty bank slash a new project that I'm going to introduce. It's gonna be a 3-in-1 video just because all of them are related and very much aligned with my goals as a project planner. And I just felt like I didn't want to waste your time or my time, so why not just throw them all into one? So it might be a little bit of a longer video, so hang tight. Also, my husband will be walking in and out of the room. We're just kind of winding down for the day. So if you hear anything, that's what's going on there. And yes, let's just jump into it. So the basic, I think, format, and I will continue to refine this, and feel free to comment with any feedback you might have. But I believe I will be going through my monthly empties. I'm also going to be going through my beauty bank and just giving you a snapshot status of where it's at. And then I'll also be incorporating my big project of the year, which is 225 products in 2025, which sounds crazy, right? Because I know people have been coming out with like Plan to Pan 25 in 2025, but I feel like those sometimes are so focused on like very specific products and only updating on those products versus I'm more like bird's eye view. Like I want to see like all the products I'm finishing up, final count of everything I've finished up, and like kind of work towards a goal that way. The why I came up with the number 225 and why it seems so high is because it is like I feel like I was regularly finishing between like 15 to 20 products a month, like between makeup and skincare and beauty related, and so it just felt right to really aim high for this project. And in addition to that, I am also a little bit of a different type of project planner where it's not just like I completely finish one item. I do a lot of frankening. So I feel like just in that essence, and you'll see that today during my monthly empties as well, is that I just tend to have empties that aren't really empty. Like it's the packaging that's moving out of my collection. And I do count that towards my empties and towards that 225 and 25. It's like any makeup win that I have is going to count towards that number versus like in my beauty bank, I'm very strict about like it has to be the full empty. Like I won't count other stuff that I've decanted or whatever, or like some mix, like I'll give myself like a nominal amount for Franken stuff, but not like a crazy amount, just because I often account for the packaging. Anyways, I'm probably being confusing. This is my system, my game, the way that I incentivize myself to complete some stuff. So let's dive into it. So let me first show you all my makeup empties and then we can dive into the spreadsheets. That's off to the side over here. So if I am looking over on this side, that's why. This month I have, okay, so it's been a little over a month. So it's been about 5 weeks since I last updated. And I have 33 empties in front of me. Again, it's not all like real organic like empties. Some of them I franken, some of them I'm decluttering, some, it just kind of runs the whole thing. But all this stuff is moving out of my collection. Maybe one or two things is staying as like potential like re-frankens or like, things I'll repackage stuff into, but most of the stuff is going out. So let's start. I'm gonna do like beauty stuff and then move into the other stuff. So I'm just gonna like be throwing them up here. So hopefully you guys can follow along. Finished a sunscreen. I decanted a cleansing oil into like a larger bottle of the same product. So this one is technically not done, but completed in my book. A few hair care products here. Three. Let's see, one conditioner, one shampoo. So I'm gonna be throwing them in a drawer that's over here. And then a medicated shampoo because I have scalp issues and we'll continue to work on that. Moisturizer type stuff. This is packaging out. I still have about 2 ounces left decanted somewhere else. About little less than 1 ounce left of a bio oil. But yes, I don't like keeping large bottles around, so that's out. Let's see, hair stuff, a hair serum. It was like my own mix of stuff and it's done. It's done, that's all I can say. Finished up, this was a very big feat. Used this up in about a year and actually already got a new one because that's how much I enjoy it and it has a place in my collection. So this one is repurchased, which is very rare for the things that I mentioned. Some other deluxe size samples here. This is a vitamin enriched face base from Bobbi Brown, a Sephora cleanser. No purchases there. I finished a deodorant. This one is big in my book. I only go through these about once every year and a half. So this is worth documenting at the very least for myself. I already got some other stuff. It's been a journey with my deodorant lately because I've been working out more, so I need to figure that out. All right, now moving on. Oh, not yet. I still got a few other miscellaneous things before makeup. This is a cleansing bar that's like, it's supposed to be facial, but it seemed old. It came to me used. I didn't want to use it on my face, so I ended up using it as a sponge and brush cleanser. Worked great. I really actually enjoy the packaging as well, so I might be pushing other bar soaps in here to use as brush cleanser. This is kind of gnarly, but this is actually a soap. It was covered with wool or felt, and it lasted me all year. That's how gross it was. And I was like, I actually took out the rest of the stuff that was in here, now using it as my current sponge and brush cleanser. But yeah, if you want a soap that lasts, like, get one that is wrapped in felt. But I wouldn't suggest using it a whole year, or at least if they have a smaller size, I would maybe think about it. But yeah, that large size, like it was like almost a regular size of soap. It just, by the end of the year, it just got gross. Okay, some foundation-y type stuff. I decanted all of my foundation actually into this bottle that's in front of me, so I'll just show you guys. So I have this holds about 55 milliliters, like 2 ounces, nearly 2 ounces of product. So I have a lot of foundation work through in this next year, but it is the last. Like, you are looking right now at the last of my foundation in my collection. These two are basically empty. This one I'll have to get through. But yeah, I originally got this because I was so enamored by the name. This is the Shiseido Synchro Self-Refreshing Foundation in shades Bamboo and Sand. I was just more enamored by the name because I do synchro, like synchronized swimming, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have like the name in front of me? But I knew once I got them, I was like, this is just another foundation. Like, there's honestly nothing special about this. And I feel like the formula was actually quite good, but I used it as tinted moisturizer. So I was already like tampering with the foundation and the formulation anyway, so I can't give you a good review, unfortunately. I would say if you want, like, from the very first things, I was like, oh, this is pretty full coverage. It looks pretty skin-like, and like that's all I can really say about it. Unfortunately for the packaging, which is why I didn't franken anything in here, it's like I can't get the tops off. I don't know how to, and I don't want to break it because it's glass. So unfortunately the packaging is already kind of not a fail. It's very nice, but like it doesn't suit my frankening needs, and I honestly would love to reuse the packaging, but I don't know. I'll just be recycling this. I'm just gonna say that. And then in tandem with that, I did use up another iteration. I just was mixing and frankening stuff in this little bottle of this NYX Bear With Me concealer. I was able to take the top off and mix stuff in here, but I'm retiring this. Doesn't happen very often. I do reuse as much of the stuff that I think is reusable, but I think it went through about, I think 6 or 7 different things in here. Foundation mixes, liquid bronzer, the actual concealer that was originally in here. So I think I'm gonna let this one go. Another Franken thing is a Franken liquid bronzer. I was trying to do like bronzing drops type thing, and it kind of worked. Like, I was mixed a bunch of stuff together, but I'll actually be using this as to hold my foundation because this is done and it looks a lot nicer than this. So so I'll figure that out, but you'll be seeing this again. But I'm very proud of using up the bronzing drops in here. I probably won't make anything similar to that again. It just wasn't something that I really needed, but I just wanted to experiment. Okay, I have a lot of lip stuff, so before I get into that, let me show you the not lip stuff, just so I can focus on that. Okay, the first thing here, I use it as it looks like a lip thing, but it's actually a liquid blush in my book. I stored it this way, and this came to me used. I would say it was maybe like, it wasn't that much used. It was like this, and I used up through all the bold letters here, so I'd say it's done. Like, it smelled funky. It didn't feel all that funky, but it smelled funky enough where I'm like, this is not going on my lips. This is only going on my cheeks if it doesn't break me out. It didn't, thankfully. And I will give it till the end of the year, and it's out. So it's end of the year. This is going out. All right, mascara. I am so done with this. I just saw Lara Likes Mascara also talk about this and say she also didn't like it. So I'm like, we're on the same boat. I don't like it. So this is the Rocket Volume Mascara, and then this is the decanted portion of it. I think I decanted about 2/3 in here. It comes with like 9 milliliters of product. Like, I don't know why mascara needs to have that much product, because you only use so little every time, and you're only supposed to have it open for about like 3 to 6 months, right? Crazy. So I need to figure out if I can actually use this in my brows, because the product I'm using now in my brows, it's like not cutting it. So this might be demoted to a brow mascara. Let me check. Oh yeah, totally. Okay, I'll start using this in my brows then, because the other thing I'm using in my brows is like so dried up. And actually, I will now use it as an opportunity to put it in as an empty. This is the Calorie Comb Hell or High Water. This has just been like sitting around in my collection. I had already retired it as a mascara. It was waiting in the wings as a brow one. It was just so empty. So this one is done. This one's gonna swap as brow mascara. Okay. Good, things are happening live. All right, I have, let me count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lip related empties. Let me go through the decanting stuff, like Franken stuff first, and then I'll go through my actual empties. Yeah, not that many real empties, knowing me. Oh, I have also, I guess this one I'm officially throwing out. I don't know. Just, anyways, I counted that as part of it. Okay, so these were all part of some sort of Franken, which I did post on my channel. So if you're interested, you can do that. These two, this was a lip balm, which I really enjoy the shade of, but I used it up till the plastic, and so I had to decant it and make it into part of a tinted lipstick that I made. The Dolce & Gabbana one was too dark for me, so it's now in my lipstick graveyard. But in terms of, it's like an empty bullet right now. So that's why it's included in here. Probably will keep this one around just for frankening purposes. This one I'm gonna retire, sad, but it's getting a little dinged up, so I'm just gonna let it go. Then these three, this lip balm I mixed in with some other stuff, so that one's yeah, that was decanted. And then these 3 lip glosses got mixed together into other things, and so this packaging is moving out. I don't like squeeze bottles. This one was too glittery in its own, so that's why it got mixed in. I might reuse this as like just a clear lip gloss something, just because it's small and it's it, like, you know, it's Pat McGrath. It looks nice. All right, and then these were like actual empties. I used up the Rare Beauty lip liner and admired and like lip liner enough now that I'm actually thinking of really getting into lip liners in the next year, but you know, use up some stuff first. This Bobbi Brown lip balm, super tiny. I think there was only like 1 usable gram in here, barely. And then I just scooped out the rest to Franken. This is probably my biggest win lip wise. Actually, these two. I organically used up 2 lip glosses. This one was near its end, I think, by the last time that I updated you guys on this. And then this one I used up in the last month. So this was about 3 grams in here. This maybe had about 4. So not all 7 grams within the last month, but this one basically in the last month. So pulled out the stopper, both of these, used them up to its full. I don't think I'll be repurposing either one of those packaging. I find smaller lip gloss tubes to be quite messy. And this one's kind of weird. This is my lipstick graveyard that I am, yeah. It has sentimental value because I put a lot of random lipsticks in here, but I put it in another package and stuff like that. So this is out. It'll be trashed. So that is the culmination of this last month's empties. I have obviously still much more to go through than this next year, but very, very proud of how I ended up December. Like, I can't believe it. Like 33 things that I have like decluttered, decanted, frankened, actually used up. Like, it feels good to not look at that packaging anymore. Okay, time for my snapshot for my Project Sink or Swim. This is the name from my beauty bank because I'm actually trying to fund a trip related to my synchronized swimming endeavors right now. And short and sweet, I am at $171 right now. In this last month, it's been about 5 weeks since I updated, and so I started at, you know, it seems like November 21st. Today is December 30th. I started at, looks like $58, so I did manage to bring up my beauty bank quite a bit. But remember, every month I get docked about $200 for regular, like, just self-care things that happen. And so I need to get myself back up to 200 very soon, because I get my $200 get taken out of my bank account at on the 10th of every month. So I only have a few more days to try to get it up there. I thought I was doing good, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh man, I gotta get on this. I had a good number of like gifts that I gave. I mean, obviously Christmas and everything, but I had a few good friends that had birthdays. And I also started my FabFitFun subscription at this point, and I took out the whole chunk in one go. I got the annual subscription at $220, so I just took it out, got myself in the negative, and just like stuck to it and tried to drive up my funds. And then I deducted some things for Christmas gifts that I brought in that were beauty related and seemed like excess in my collection, just to, stay true to my goals in my collection despite it being gifts. But honestly, I also had a few good wins as well in terms of the things I brought in. I did give myself back a bit of money for a return that I had actually taken out of my beauty bank in the past, but it was a return. I'm not going to go into it, but got back a little bit, which helped me with the amount of stuff that exited. And then otherwise, it was just hard work. A lot of the habit stuff in terms of workouts, I didn't even count today's workout, so I might actually be a little bit higher. But yeah, workouts have been the biggest thing that, really add to this. And then I've just been doing my best to do those. I mean, all those empties you saw, like most of those did contribute here, even some of the Franken stuff that I made. But I do my best to only be a nominal amount, so it's not like I'm relying on me frankening stuff and just like pushing packaging out of my collection towards this one. Like, I don't want to incentivize myself like that. But yeah, a few habit things here and there. I think overall it seems like I had $560 of, this is not real dollars. Some of it is real dollars, but like value to me dollars. $560 was taken out of my bank, and then I managed to get in 673. So I think that's pretty good, especially because of those like two huge things that got pulled out. I think most of the stuff that got emptied was makeup related, it seems, in terms of value. Some skincare stuff, some hair stuff, which I don't think I got listed here, but yeah, I think the gifts definitely kind of ate at me this month as well. And I also like bought myself some extra clothes. Like, so I don't know. It was definitely very spendy month. Not surprising, but I do have plans for like a pretty strict no buy, which I'll go into in a whole nother video. So go ahead and watch that if you're interested. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. So I'm starting this next month with $171. I need to get it up to around 200 before the 10th, and then just gonna like work my way through there, which is tough. I don't know, like I feel like I need to be bringing in, like I need to be working harder at some of this stuff, and so like I have a few other like self-care things. Let me see, like habitual stuff that I can maybe keep working on in terms of like reading books. Got one book done this past month. I'm not a huge reader, so I'm not like putting it on myself to do that. I'm not like a book channel. Like I'm not an avid reader, right? But like, I recently got this book, Science of Beauty, by Dr. Michelle Wong, aka Lab Muffin Beauty Science. Like this would count, right? And so if I can dedicate myself to reading something like that. The book I did finish though, I will go ahead and mention because I really enjoy this. It's kind of just like a fun book for me. It's a book by Dr. Jan Pol. He's the, I guess, star, if you will, of the show, The Incredible Dr. Pol, which is on Nat Geo Wild. I think it actually ended. He officially ended, but he's like 80 plus years old, still a veterinarian in Michigan. Like his story is amazing. So if you are interested in any of that stuff, like check him out. But I just like found this book at my library and went ahead and read it. And yeah, I admire that guy very much. I don't know, vet stuff to me is really, really fascinating. But his show in particular, I think was really cool, and really cool to read his book. So if I could count TV shows like that towards my bank, I would probably be making a little bit more, but I don't, for good reason. Let me see here. I think I actually haven't really looked at my good habit list for a while, and I think especially coming into the new year, I need to think about like maybe I could throw some of this stuff in as like not like resolutions, but just like good habit stuff. Um, of course, the book stuff would be nice, but I'm not going to hold myself to it. I'm thinking more this next year. I'm thinking a lot about fitness and about health and like my diet and stuff like that, like nutrition, I guess. And so I think things like I think steps would be good. I might look back and maybe add a few things. I feel like I passed my step count, my step goals of a few of a days. Like tracking calories, I need to get back on. I don't do it very frequently. Um, I'm done with PT actually. I graduated from PT at the end of November, so like physical therapy. So I can maybe actually take that off my list really. Um, Purchase 3 or less items in 1 month. I do give myself credit for purchasing. I purchased more than 3 items this month. Who am I kidding? But goals for next year, especially for my, since I'm going to be trying really hard for like basically a no low buy essentially. So I might actually really give myself more credit next year than I did this year. This year being 2024 because I'm filming it 2024. Other than that, man, gardening, I should get back into that. That would be nice. Um, and then just like some learning stuff, educational stuff that I could maybe be working on too. I have on my list. And sugar. I should be eating less sugar. That could be something I get back to and incentivize myself to. Especially with the holidays, man, there's sugar all over the house. So that might be something I can work on. So yeah, it was good to review that list. Sorry, I kind of did it live. I should have done it on my own, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so the last part of my video is going to be where am I at in my goal for 225, I'm going to call it wins, because it's not exactly empties, just because I am counting any size. It's not like only full size counts towards this. It's not like maybe like not foil packets, that seems cheating, but like deluxe size, right? Like I feel like that should count. Let's see, pans will count towards it as well. I don't think I hit any pans recently, not since I started this project. And then like you saw in some of my empties that I am removing packaging. That will also count towards this count as well. And then yeah, I think those are my main rules that I wrote for myself on my spreadsheet here. I did like mentally start this project on the 19th, December 19th, and we'll be wrapping it up around the same time next year. I didn't want to do it exactly from the start of the year to the end of the year just because I kind of want things to wrap up December-ish. And I just got too excited about it, so I just got started. So right now I actually have 10 items that count towards this list. I'm not going to like pull out exactly which ones because you saw most of them already actually. But I would say maybe some highlights in terms of the wins. The biggest wins was hitting pan on that. I did hit pan on a cream highlighter. Did I put that away already? It's right here. I knew it was close by. But yes, this highlighter now is pan and is now free for me to franken. So I need to start thinking about that. And then let me see. I think this the liquid bronzer one was probably a big one for me as well, which I already put the packaging aside and don't know where it went, but you saw it. And that was a big one for me. The liquid bronzer, like the bronzing drops actually lasted me a little bit longer. Here it is. Lasted me a little bit longer than I thought it did, and so it's kind of just like a trek to get through it because it was just such like an experimental thing for me, and to finally like finish it is like, oh, I'm done with this experiment. Like I'm so done. I need to work on something that is actually like more meaningful to my collection. Yeah, otherwise we'll see kind of what other wins I include, but right now I have 10 wins in my goal for 225 wins in 2025. So again, I'm being quite lenient just because it's quite a large number. So I'll just probably do, you know, just highlight a few things here and there. But it officially started like on the 19th, like I mentioned. So not every single empty, not all 33 empties you saw me hold up counted towards that. But I think I'm still quite proud, I think, of, you know, how many days is that? 10-ish days, 11 days, and already having 10 things. So, you know, if I extrapolate that, I could potentially do like 30-ish. That would be on the upper end, I think, like 30 I love doing this type of math. Unfortunately, it's in my head, so you're just like watching me think. So it's about like maybe 30 wins a month, which could basically get me to 360 wins. Again, this is upper end. So I feel like my goal of 225 seems actually kind of conservative with my very lenient rules for this thing. So, anyways, that's just a little side thing that I'm doing, but I was very excited for this. I think my version of like 25 and 2025. But mine is 225 in 2025. So, anyways, hope you're excited for it as much as I am. I think oftentimes just having a snapshot of my monthly empties is nice, but I think to have like a full on list, again, it's not exactly all of my empties. I think it will be my empties and more pretty much, where, yeah, we'll get to kind of follow like what do I think is a win in my panning journey. And this is all only makeup, like beauty related, not just makeup, like not habit stuff, like my beauty bank. So, so if you can tell, like it's every project or everything that I shared today is like a little bit different, right? But they're all related, so that's why I wanted to throw them all together. And I know it becomes a very long video, but it just is more efficient for me to film it like this. So hopefully you're okay with this. And again, let me know if there's any feedback you might have for this video here. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful new year. Hope that you are very excited for your painting goals, and I wish you many, many empties in your panning future. And I will see you in my next video.